asked the milkman to fill the tub with milk. The milkman said, "You want that milk pasteurized?" And the blonde replied, "No, just up to my boobs. I can splash it in my eye."
All right, so I watched this show called Toradora. It's an anime. Didn't read the manga or the light novel, whatever it had, and I have some thoughts. It's not gonna be this video ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna give you a full in depth review of the characters. Uh, you got your main character, your main couple. Spoiler alert, by the way. Even though this show came out like what 11 years ago, but I get how you couldn't have watched it. It took me this long to watch it. I had heard about it, but you know, you got your main couple. Uh, you got Ryuji, and I'm not looking at anything by the way. I'm just looking down because I don't like looking in the camera sometimes. You got Ryuji, and you got Taiga, and it basically just spins off their relationship. The first time they meet, really, they like she tries to basically not murder him, but she tries to assault him because she has a crush on his on Ryuji's friend. His name is Kitamura, and she accidentally slipped a note meant for Kitamura into Ryuji's bag, and that's what sets off all the events of the show, all the zany little wackadoo events of the show. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I feel about the show. I felt like it was good. I feel like a lot of people shit on it on YouTube, and I understand the points they're making. Don't get it twisted. I understand. It's a stupid show, but it works. Um, but some people are like way too harsh on it. It's like they call Tyga a serial abuser, and I'm just like, only thing I'll say for her is the fact that at the beginning of the show, they were never in a relationship. They weren't even love interest. So it's just normal zany cartoon antics. By the time she really started liking Ryuji, she wasn't really hitting him. You know, she wasn't like trying to beat him up or nothing. That was more so at the beginning of the story. Like I said, it's one season. I ain't say that. I don't know why I said like I said, but it's one season. And I promise you, I'm not looking at anything off to the side. I'm really just looking away from the camera. It's 26 episodes. So it's like 25 episodes a pop with the intro and outro in there. Um, Overall, if I had to give it a number rating, it's about I give it a 8 out of 10. Some dude I was watching on YouTube gave it a 7. And I'm like, I could agree with that. But then I thought about it for a second. I was like, it might be 7.5, 10. I mean, 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's also not as flawed as people give it. Because people hear about like Tyga, and they're immediately like tsundere. And tsundere, for people who are not initiated, is a girl slash woman who acts like they act very very like abrasive towards the dude they like, but they actually like them. It's not like a thing where they just act cold. They act that way for like they act that way for no reason. They act that way because they cannot control their emotions, and their emotions come out violent. And that's that's fine if you don't like tsundere. I don't really like tsundere. I can watch it, but it's like I'm like, all right, bro. Like I was trying to watch another older. It's not old, but you know what I'm saying. Older show. It's called Baka to Test. Couldn't watch it, and it's because that when I talk about her being a tsundere towards the beginning, she was. She clearly was. Tyga clearly was. But there's this girl in a Baka to Test. She is a tsundere. It seemed like throughout the whole story, because they never. It's not really their romance isn't really developed. And she has this friend, the main character of the show. She likes him, but instead of just telling him that she likes him and she don't want to see him up on other girls and shit, she hits him every time he gets near another girl, and it's like, bitch, stop. That's not cute. That's not like I know people love. I know people think tsunderes are cute. Shit, not cute. None of the dere's are really cute. Kudere is probably the best dere, but even that's like your mileage may vary. Type shit. But there's other, like I said, there's other characters. You got Ryuji, best friend, like I said, Kitamura, and you got that's like I said, that's Taiga's initial crush, but Ryuji's initial crush is also Taiga's best friend. Her name's Minori, and then you got they add in this person like around like the fifth or sixth episode. Her name is Ami. She's Kitamura's childhood friend. She's not. Nobody has a crush on her. You feel me? She's just there. Fill out the stats, you know. And people were like, "Oh, she's my favorite character." At first, I was like, how is she your favorite character?" Because they introduced her. I was like, "Wait a minute, I got the characters mixed up." Because the person that Kitamura likes also has the same hair color as her, so it makes it kind of weird. And it's like, okay, but like I said, she ended up becoming one of my like favorite characters. Like it's probably because Ryuji's a good character. Ryuji also got a mom that's like a bottle girl at a club, and he's also known for having like a glare when he looks at people. Like he's really like people are scared of him, and people are scared of Taiga because she's actually like they've seen her like lose her mind before. Like she is fit. She is very. She's strong. She's like very small. Like she's like ridiculously small, but she's also very strong for her size. Like she can fight and all that shit. And people are like, oh yeah, I don't like this and that. I'm like, the one fight that got real, where niggas was getting scarred up and shit, was the one between her and the girl Kitamura likes. But you end up finding out throughout the course of the show there are a lot of like intertwining like romance plots because Kitamura actually confessed to Taiga at one point. She turned him down, and you end up. I'm gonna just spoil it. Like I said, you end up finding out Minori likes Ryuji too. Like, but she doesn't want to take Ryuji away from Taiga because she feels like Taiga needs him more than she would. And I'm like, that's dumb. Go do what you want to do. Don't base your opinion off. Don't try to base your life off of what other people need. You need to be happy too. But I still people are like, oh yeah, Minori's the best girl. I'm like, to me, low key, Ami is the only one that's like one because she has this thing where she fakes a persona around other people. Like she's trying to act like this nice girl, but Kitamura was like, nah. There's a scene where he's like, nah, let me show you something. And he shows Ryuji how Ami actually is. And he's like, oh, I get it now. She's putting on a face in front of everybody like she's a good girl and shit. But she hella manipulative. She's not, and it's not like she's a bad person. She just like is a self-proclaimed bitch. She knows she is. But she doesn't care. And when she's around people that know her personality already, she don't care. She don't give a shit. She's like, oh, y'all already know how I am, so there you go. And she has a fun character dynamic with Taiga because Taiga and Minori are not good at they're not good at expressing themselves. Ami's and Ami's not either. She's not the greatest at that, but she susses out how both of them feel about Ryuji pretty early. And especially Taiga. She's like, oh, Taiga likes Ryuji. That's clear. Ryuji doesn't know because it's like Taiga, she does like verbally assault him. She doesn't physically assault him. Past like a couple episodes, she kind of reels that in. The writers realize it seemed like they realize like, nah, we can't have her hitting him all the time. At the beginning, that's fine, but let's reel it back. But I feel like the character dynamics really carry the show because it's a normal romance plot. It's like friends to lovers type shit, but I think it's done really well. That like the only thing that knocks off like 2 points for the show for me is like Like I said, the early like she beating the shit out of him. Like I just don't that don't sit right with me. And what's it called? I feel like they could have fleshed out maybe Minori a little bit more, but that's a nitpick. That's really me reaching because they fleshed her out, but it feel like they could have fleshed out her feelings for Ryuji a little bit more and made it a little more clear before the very end that she actually liked him. Because it would be hints, but you never truly knew because she's a weird character, so you never truly knew how she felt about a lot of shit. Ami, like I said, Ami would she was sussing shit out about people. She was like, "Nah, you're faking." She's like, I'll be faking, so I know you're faking. It's funny to watch her interaction sometimes. Looking back on, it, I'm like, nigga, that shit was crazy. Like I said, I watched this shit about a month ago, so I'm saying looking back on it, like it's been a while. It ain't been that long. I threw it on the TV the other day. I'm like, this is an easy watch. Like, if you got time to kill over like a 3 day weekend or like, yeah, because it's like you can split that shit into like 3 days of television and just watch it like that. Like, watch a couple hours every day. That's it. Because I think if I'm doing the math right, now I'm not math ain't my strong suit. There's 26 episodes. Like I said, they're a little less than 30 minutes a pop. So do the math. I'm not doing the math. I tried to do it, but my brain was like, nope. You know what? Just chill out. Sometimes you just got to tell yourself to chill out because you're like, I'm trying to do that math, but I can't. I'd have to look it up on my phone and then I'll turn off the camera. Like, I know y'all want to see me. Uh, but anyway, what else? Let me see if there's anything else before I get. You know, there's scenes that hit heavy. Like when there's one scene where Takasu just like Takasu. I'm saying Ryuji. I'm not calling him Takasu. Ryuji tells off his mom, and everybody was like, "Damn, he like it's like that Anthony Mackie scene where he was just like, he's out of line, but he's right." It was that type of shit. It was like, okay, he cooking though. He shouldn't have said it to his mama, but he was right though. People are like, who was right in this argument? I'm like, he was right, but he shouldn't have said it to the because that character is fun. She's just a fun character. When it gets serious with her, you like, oh, I feel bad for her. I don't know why, but it's just like, eh. Even I was like, damn, she is like a pretty fun character. So it's like it's I don't like seeing characters like that sad. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. Like I said, Toradora is an 8 out of 10. However you can watch it, watch it. If you ain't watched it before, if you got to make a purchase to watch it, that's the only time I'll be like, because I purchased it. Don't tell nobody. Bye.
Shit, that's my way. Do it like that and I'll repay you. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that. Come my way. That's my shit.